Hi, and thank you for coming to part one of our introduction to the Texas State Archives. My name's Caroline, and I'm a reference archivist here at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, or TSLAC, as we like to say. Today, I'm going to be covering what materials are in the state archives and how to access these materials. Please feel free to type your questions into the Q&A box during the presentation, and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. Before we get started, we like to give a brief overview of our agency. We're located in downtown Austin by the Capitol building. Currently, our archives reading room is open to the public by appointment, and I'll be providing more information on that later in this presentation. We always like to share an overview of our mission and the services and programs our agency provides to Texans. Today's webinar is part of our mission to provide Texans access to needed information and preserve the archival records of Texas. Our three service areas are also listed on this slide. If you want to learn more information about our agency, we encourage you to visit our website at www.tsl.texas.gov. So, what kind of things can you find in the Texas State Archives? I apologize, my computer is having a little bit of trouble going to the next slide. There we go, perfect, okay. So the Texas State Archives preserves and documents the heritage and culture of Texas by identifying, collecting, and making available for research the permanently valuable official records of Texas government, as well as other significant historical resources. We hold government records dating pre-Republic of Texas to the modern era, court records, newspapers, manuscript collections, which include personal papers and diaries, prints and photographs collections, maps, audiovisual materials, and artifacts. So whether you're new to the archives or you're a seasoned researcher, searching the archives can take quite a bit of time. Information may not always be organized in the way that you expect. Some records may be organized by date, others by topic, and so on. Some finding aids are not as detailed as others, and the majority of our collections do not have name indexes. I'll be talking a little bit more about finding aids later in this presentation. Citations can be a great tool to help you in your research, but they may not always be accurate. If you're following a lead for something that is referenced as being in the state archives, get as much information about the citation as you can. If you're having trouble finding materials cited as being in our holdings, it helps to let our staff know what citation you're working from. Depending on how old the citation is, box numbers and collection titles may have changed. We've also found over the years that some older citations will cite records as being at the state archive when they actually are held by the University of Texas at Austin. Since our archives are based on state records, it can be helpful to think about your research topic in terms of how the state government or the republic government would have been involved. For example, Governor's correspondence and court records cover a wide array of topics and involve individuals from different geographic areas and social classes. So now that you know a little more about what kinds of materials are in the archives, I'm going to go over how to access these materials. There are multiple ways to access archival records. Finding aids available on our website and through TARO, which stands for Texas Archival Resources Online, serve as descriptive guides to processed archival records. Our website also includes indexes and searchable databases for select records, like our Confederate pension applications and our map database shown here. As of July 2021, the TDA, or Texas Digital Archive, holds over 5 million records for the public to access online. Collections on the TDA include governor's records, manuscript collections, state agency records, prints and photographs collections, and much more. We're always adding more digital content to the TDA. If you're researching materials that at one time weren't available digitally, they could very well be available now. Check out the new and updated page on the TDA to find more information. If you're having trouble finding something on our website or through one of our online search tools, look for help topics and tips, like conducting keyword searches or downloading items, as well as frequently asked questions, or FAQs. Not all of our records have discovery tools online. So if you don't find what you're looking for, please email us at ref@tsl.texas.gov, and we'll be happy to assist you. For more information on using finding aids and our online search tools, check out the archived webinar, Introduction to the Texas State Archives Part 2, in the past webinar section of our website, or join us for the live version of this Part 2 coming next month. So another topic to cover is how to get access to digital copies of archival materials. You can search for, browse, and download watermarked images from Flickr, the TDA, and our online search tools. To better preserve archival material, staff will direct you to digital copies of an item when it's available. To download from the Texas State Archives imagery collections on Flickr, select the arrow pointing down in the lower right-hand corner of the display. On the TDA, you can download by clicking on the arrow pointing down in the top right-hand corner of the page. Many of our online search tools also give you the option to download. For example, you can download digital images from our map collection by clicking the Download Image button to the lower right of the image. If you experience any problems downloading an image, you need an unwatermarked image or a particular resolution for publication, or you need citation information, please contact us so that we can assist you. For materials not yet available online, we offer several options for access. One option is reproductions, meaning we can provide you with photocopies or digital copies of specified materials. We've been able to assist many patrons with their research by these means. For example, court cases are regularly photocopied for researchers and law firms, allowing them to read these primary source materials at their own pace, make notes on the copies, and share these materials with colleagues or staff members. It's also been a good option for researchers needing to review the entire contents of one or many archival folders that do not have item level descriptions available. The availability of reproductions is dependent on the type of record, its size, and its condition. Typically, we photocopy records sized 11 by 17 inches or smaller and digitize larger records as well as audiovisual records. We do not have a scan-on-demand service, but we can provide a price quote for digitization of eligible materials. More information can be found in the fee schedule available on our website. Another option for access is making an appointment to visit the archives on site at our location in Austin. So making an appointment can be helpful when materials are not available online, you have a tight deadline, you're unable to narrow materials down to request reproductions, you want to look at a large amount of materials, or there's no finding aid available for the materials of interest. You can request an appointment by phone, email, or in person. We do our best to accommodate same-day appointments, but it may depend on the availability of the requested records because some records may be restricted or stored off-site. It's helpful to contact us more than 24 hours in advance of needing an appointment so that we can make sure the records you're interested in are available. To make an appointment, you must register as a patron or renew your registration and complete the Texas State Archives material request form identifying the materials you would like to view during your visit. Check out our Before You Visit webpage for more details and tips on making an appointment, as well as links to the patron registration form and the Texas State Archives material request form. Our guidelines for patrons are also linked from this webpage. You can contact us by mail, phone, or email. Our standard response time is 7 to 10 business days, but please let us know if you have a deadline for your request that requires a response sooner, and we'll do our best to work within your timeline. When contacting us, it's helpful to provide as much information as possible, like collection titles or box numbers. But if you don't have that kind of information, let us know what you're researching and we can point you in the right direction. If you're interested in collections at our Sam Houston Regional Library and Research Center located in Liberty, Texas, we recommend that you contact them directly. So in short, we've covered that researchers can use our finding aids and online search tools to learn more about our collections, identify materials of interest, and search, browse, and download digitized archival materials. We've also talked about access options for materials that are not available online, which can include requesting photocopies or digitization, or making an appointment to come into the archives reading room. If you have questions about a particular collection or access options, please reach out and we'll be happy to help you. If you're curious about any of the images used throughout this presentation, we have a listing of their citations on this slide, and this recording will be available on our website and the slide will be available there as well. Thank you so much for attending this presentation. We hope it's been helpful to you and given you an idea of what kinds of materials we have in the archive and how you can access them for yourself. At this point, we will start answering any questions.